Good morning, Facebook family and friends, and YouTube family. Good morning, and probably, I think TikTok, I'm not sure. But anyway, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, October the 8th, and we have another hump day. Can you believe how very fast these weeks are going? Oh my gosh. I was just asking a friend last night, I said, what happened to 2025? One moment we're having Happy New Year, next moment we're headed toward Christmas again. Can you believe this? Well, before Christmas will come Halloween and Thanksgiving. And the only reason I put out Thanksgiving out there is because a lot of people I know celebrate Halloween. I really don't celebrate it, but when you have public businesses and such, and you know that people celebrate it, you have to acknowledge it and put forth the effort. So Bingo Under the Stars is doing Halloween also, and we have a Halloween design contest going on. You get a house, you can design with a friend, and it's a $10 donation to the bingo. So that's all is that you get, and then you design your house, and you could possibly win a $50 cash prize. That's good, right? $50 cash prize. So anyway, Bingo Under the Stars has a design contest for Halloween going on. Now, for those of you who don't practice Halloween like I don't, you can decorate your house any way you want, and you will not be deducted from by the judges, because I let them know that this is a theme that not everybody likes to work with. So if you would like to do the design contest in Bingo Under the Stars, come and see me inside the app Meta Horizon. I am Honey Bear Catherine 777. Drop me a line, send me a line, let me know that you would like to be part of the design contest. Okay, I'd like to touch on something else that's kind of serious in this day and age that we are and that is communication. Now, a lot of us spend a lot of time texting and sending emails, and we're talking to people about different things. Are you really being understood in what you say? Are your messages getting through the way you want them to? Because when you send a message, the tone of your voice and such is not being heard. So they don't really know what the inflections are in your voice, or maybe the true meaning that you're trying to put forth are. So pick up a phone. If you have something serious to discuss, sending the text messages and all that, what I have learned through hard knocks, and I mean hard knocks, what I have learned is that if you have something serious to ask or say to somebody, pick up the phone and give them a call. And you can even leave them a text message that's a voice message. But speak to somebody. Don't just expect your text to get through and have them understand exactly what you meant, because so much can be misinterpreted by using a text or an email. So make sure you make that connection with somebody, voice to voice, even face to face if you have to. And in the avatar world, we do it avatar to avatar. We can do it that way. And we understand each other. Those of you who do not know anything about VR don't understand what we're talking about. But even though we meet in there with avatars, we still connect. We still speak to each other, and we know what each other is talking about. Yeah, sometimes things are misinterpreted. That does happen. But for the most part, we understand one another. And I particularly have developed some really close friendships. And I know people don't understand developing close friendships with people who are avatars, but we do. We get to know each other. And believe me, I have friends on the West Coast. I have friends in other countries. I have I have friends I never would have met had I not gone into VR. And you go into VR by using one of these. One of these. Yeah, this is a Quest 3. You can get a Quest 3. Even Meta sells them, and you don't have to pay the price outright for the Quest 3, or they're not selling the Quest 2. If you find the Quest 2, that's on maybe Marketplace or something like that. But the Quest 3 is, Meta sells the Quest 3 and the 3S. The 3S is the more economical one. I believe it is $299, and the 3 starts at $399, I think, and goes up depending on how much memory you want in it. And you're saying, well, I don't need that much memory. But one of the things you need to remember, or know, because you don't remember if you haven't been in there, is that they update these apps all the time. And whatever app they update is going to take more memory from your Oculus. So pick up one of these. And my suggestion is you get the 512 gigabyte Oculus, because that has more memory, and you'll be able to continue to participate without having to delete apps. I had the 128, and I continually had to delete apps because I didn't have enough memory. And even now when I use my 120, I think it's 128 megabytes, 128, even now it's telling me when I go into one that the app requires at least 2 megabytes or megabytes to operate. Gigabytes, I think it's gigabytes. I don't know, it's early in the morning. Forgive me if I don't have these megabytes and gigabytes right, because I'm not thinking clearly. Been a lot, been a lot going on. And while I do like and respect VR, and I think you should all come in, I think it's the way. Schools are using it to teach classes. Colleges are using it to teach classes. VR, virtual reality, is the way that everybody is going nowadays. People are going to be people no matter where you are. And there are going to be people who do things, stab you in the back, and do things behind your back. There are going to be people who do that because that's what they do in the real world, and that's who they are. They could be mixed up, they could be bipolar, they could be anything, but they are going to, no matter how good you think you are at staying away from drama, they still come at you. And I'm saying that because I have a lot of people coming at me right now. Other people are saying, well, it's because I have the bingo hall, which is very successful, and I have a podcast on Friday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we discuss a lot of great topics. And my podcast and my bingo hall are quite well populated. So, there he goes again. He gets on my nerves sometimes because he will be sleeping till I come out here. Then he'll start barking to be picked up. I am not going in there right now. I'm going to finish what I'm doing. So pay no attention to that. He will find a way to get down if he gets frustrated enough. I baby him a lot. So anyway, there are going to be people who are going to come after you if you're doing well in some of the activities that you do. And that's what I have coming at me right now. Unfortunately, some of these people, and I'm not saying it might be true, I suspect it's true. One person told me that he worked for Meta. And just like other companies, Meta probably has people working too who are not operating on the up and up. And if they get mad at you, they can mess up your avatar. They can mess up your motivation in there. They can mess up your worlds. And that's what I'm going through right now. I have some things that are happening to me because there are people who either work for Meta or are close to somebody who works for Meta, and they've decided to go in and mess up some stuff of mine. I know that's what it is. I have been working with people from Meta who are making me jump through these hoops that And I know they know what's going on, but they are telling me, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that, until we figure out what's going on. Figure out what's going on. How long have we been working with this? How long? Yeah. If you want people to take you seriously, Meta, you need to check the people who work for you. And if somebody's doing something to somebody that they shouldn't be doing, you need to check them. I know I'm just a little tiny edge of the cog, just a little tiny piece of the cog, but you get a lot of little tiny pieces in the cog, and you have people taking out their vendettas against people who are just trying to have fun and do what they need to do in these apps. Meta Horizon is the big one, and that's the one that people mess with the worlds and stuff on. I'm not saying it's true that somebody works for Meta and is doing this. I'm saying it's a high possibility, because there are things going on in worlds of mine and with my avatar that should not be happening. So, Meta, get it together. I mean, there's just a lot of us who have had hacks happen to our hacks, you know what I mean? And there's too many hacks going on. I hear there's a young boy that's hacking. I mean, come on, people, get it together, all right? Get it. Anyway, that's that. I'm going to leave that right there. Multiverse is doing a fantastic thing. We've got a lot of different things happening in there. People have avatars. Brand new people in the app Multiverse are getting apartments for free as soon as you spawn in. You get an apartment for free in somebody's area. I have gotten a couple of free people in my area. If you come to Serenity Cove or Sunnydale, I promise you, you will be treated warmly. Now, when you are a new person coming in, make sure you go hit the public. Go make your world public so that people can interact with you. Because if your world is private, people cannot go up into your apartment and interact with you, or if they don't see you, or if you're in private, they can't interact with you. So make sure you make yourself public. Make sure you make yourself public so that people can interact with you. And that's another thing. So I don't want to go on any further with anything else. This has been my Wednesday informal podcast on Facebook. And I'm going to upload it to YouTube, so it will be there. And possibly I will get it there on Instagram. Oh, Instagram, that's the one. Yeah, good morning, Instagram. How are you? How are you? How are you? Anyway, I'm having a marvelous week. It's been so busy. I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Johan. Shout out to my friend Doc Masai, who just came back from a... he just came back from a cruise he was on with some family members. A shout out to my friend Curie, who is just been a marvelous asset to so many things that I have done. Curie has had my back, and she has been there. And I'd like to give a shout out to three of my buddies: Chrisandra, who's a terrific artist; Tina D, who is a magnificent DJ; and Peaches, who just moved. Oh, Peaches, I hope you're not overdoing. Peaches is a fantastic artist too. So is Tina. Chrisandra, Tina, and Peaches have a world in Meta Horizons. It's called Voices of Color. Go see their museum. It is so beautiful. I don't know if they call it a museum. Gallery. It's a gallery. Look, it's early in the morning. I'm forgiven, okay? It's early in the morning. But they have a beautiful gallery called Voices of Color. Go check it out. And I want to give a shout out to another friend of mine. He's Eternal. He does some tech work for me on my worlds. He has a world called AN. Go check that out. AN 18 plus. He also has a clothing area called Elegance, and that is really nice. Another friend, Yada Yada, she just made a new clothing store. his and hers. If you've got a guy or a gal that you are interested in, you two can be dressed alike in the metaverse, because Yada has made a clothing store called His and Hers. I don't think there's a more to it. I don't know. I think it's His and Hers and her last name Rivera on it, I think. I'm not sure. But check that out. She just opened. She had her grand opening. It's either yesterday or today. Today might be the grand opening. Go check her out. But I have some fantastic friends in the multiverse, in her Meta Horizon. And good morning to you too, Kim. Good morning. I am so happy to have met all of you. And I have to get off of here now because I'm expecting my beautiful little granddaughter and my third son, Stephen, and my youngest granddaughter, Michaela, and Olivia. I hope you're doing well in school. I want to talk to you soon, hon. I haven't seen you since your first day, and I know you have a lot to tell me. So, good morning, everybody. Do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for somebody else, but make sure you take care of yourself, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we cannot be our number one person for somebody else. So take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. Send them a call, a text, but remember, make sure you communicate thoroughly if you have something important to say, because oftentimes a text or a email doesn't really do it. Pick up that phone or call somebody through Messenger. That's what I did last night, or it was early this morning. But we talked out a difference that we had. We ironed it out because we were able to speak on the phone. And I love that woman. I love that woman so much, and she knows it. She knows I love her. And we were talking till 2 o'clock this morning. So she knows who she is. I won't mention her because it was a private conversation. And I want everybody to take care of yourself. And I'm about to get off of here. See, this is what they tell me. In real life, I say, oh, I'm getting off the phone, goodbye, and I go on to another conversation. That's been my reputation forever. And I'm sorry, but I'm getting off now. Take care of yourself. Take care of him. Take care of somebody else. Do something great for somebody else. And always remember, I absolutely, positively love you all. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.